Good afternoon, and welcome everyone to the live Q&A webinar. My name is Daniel. I'll be giving you the webinar today, and we will begin with a quick introduction to the structure of the webinar, what will happen in every step of the way. Before we begin, let's make sure, I'm just going to open up the question section for you guys to comment. I will explain about the purpose of the webinar and the structure, but first I would like to make sure that everybody can see the screen and the audio is working properly. Okay, if you can comment in the question section, that could be great. Okay, to comment in the question section that the audio is fine and you can see my screen properly. Okay, great. Okay, I want to know that the audio is fine. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to begin, like I said, with a quick introduction to the webinar, and we are going to open our presentation for that. Okay, just a second. And what will happen in the first part is going to be some common questions that we've gathered. Okay, some questions that we've gathered from previous webinars. And of course, common questions that we get not just from this previous webinars, but also other webinars that we have in AvaTrade that we're giving, okay, weekly. And after that, we are going to go through some dynamic questions that you guys can ask along the webinar, because this is the purpose of this webinar. It's a live Q&A webinar, which means you can ask all kind of things about the platforms and the services and strategies or anything that's related to trading. Feel free to put it, and of course we're going to put it down accordingly as you can see here. And if we'll have even more time, so we'll speak about analysis. Okay, this is obviously if we'll have questions that will regard analysis, so maybe we don't have to do this part, and then we can have an open discussion about one of those topics that you can see above. Okay. All right. This is the disclosure. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to read the disclosure. I will even assist you with the first paragraph. So any capital markets and trading information disclosed in this webinar is provided for informative purposes only. It should not be constructed or applied as an investment advice, recommendation, or a suggestion. So I'll be right back, and then we will begin with the webinar itself. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Now it seems that it's recording. Unfortunately, I believe that the first part wasn't recorded, so I will welcome, obviously, for the recorded version for people who can't make it to this webinar. So unfortunately, I'll have to repeat the beginning, so it will be recorded. Like I said, my name is Daniel. I'm part of the educational staff. I welcome you all to the live Q&A webinar. We're going to have today the live Q&A webinar that will happen in few steps. We'll begin with common questions, then dynamic questions, then this part is more dedicated into giving you information and links. In this part, we'll go through analysis, and on that part, we'll speak about some things that we will select from the topics that we have here. Okay, this is the disclosure as I showed. Okay. And we will begin, as I've explained, with the common questions. Now, the common questions that we have are, let's see, what commissions we pay with AvaTrade? Okay, so anybody knows what kind of commissions we have here in AvaTrade? Okay, so we have two kinds of commissions. One, okay, let's copy the question and then Okay, so the first one is swap and the second one is spread. Okay, spread is the difference between the bid and the ask. Okay, and of course the swap is an overnight fee. Perhaps it should be written like this. And each of those commissions will be charged according to the position that we are taking. In other words, if I'll take a position with a certain asset and I'm holding it for a single night, I will be charged with a certain, let me see if I can put here an example that would be simpler to explain. Okay, so for instance, I took a position with gold. Just a second. Okay, I took a position with gold, and in this position, I decided to take one lot of gold. Okay, let's suppose that my fee daily is $1. Okay, $1 is an example. So the swap that I'm going to be charged with is going to be multiplied by the days that I'm holding my position, overnight fee. Okay, it's not $1 really specifically, just to explain the point. Okay, so the swap is going to be to compound with the amount of days that I'm holding the position. Okay, and the spread is going to work just as much. It's going to work. The example for the spread would be that, for instance, I took just a single unit. So maybe my spread is going to be, just a second, is going to be 29 per ounce. Okay, so if I begin with, as an example, if I took just an ounce and I begin with a spread of 29, okay, so my units will be multiplied by the spread, and instead of 29, let's say I'll take one lot, so it will be 100 times more. So 29, if I'm taking it as the spread, I'll have to multiply that by the amount of units that I'm taking. Okay, which in this case it's one, but it could be just as much, just one lot. Okay, I hope it makes sense. And this is not $29, God forbid, this is 29 cents. Okay, let's don't be confused by that. Okay, so let's carry on. Those are two kinds of commissions that we have. So the spread and the swap. Like I said, let's put it in the, okay, it's already here. Great. How can I withdraw my profits? Okay, so to withdraw the profits, all I have to do, okay, this, let me just, to clarify, this interface is called the web trader. The web trader, okay, the web trader is, to get to this interface, all you have to do is just to log to avatrade.com. Let me paste the question, we'll be more organized. Okay, great. Okay, so the answer for that is log into the website. With email and password, perhaps. Okay. And then click on the upper left menu. Okay. 3 blue lines that we see here. And then click on withdrawal. Okay, and then as you can see in the withdrawal, oh, why doesn't show it? For some reason it doesn't. Okay, click here and then click on withdrawal. Okay, and then when you click on withdrawal, all you have to do just to choose okay, and then choose your method. Could be wire transfer or Skrill, that depends what you started, what you've made a deposit with. Obviously, when you make a withdrawal, it has to be with the same amount, with the same account that you used to make the deposit with. It is not possible to deposit with a certain amount and to withdraw to a different amount. Okay, we can only withdraw back to the account that we used with. Otherwise, this is money laundering. Okay, so let's go back to the, let me, perhaps I can paste it. I hope it's not gonna occupy too much space. Okay. Okay. The other questions that we have, let's see, how can I get information and education about the market? Okay. Okay. There are a few ways. Obviously, what we offer in AvaTrade is that perhaps I can just show you the Trading Central. This is one of the things. There are two kinds. Later on, I will give you a link for the academy. We also have a very, very nice user-friendly academy with tutorials and with videos and all kind of things that can assist you with the of course with the account. Okay, and if I look at Trading Central, as you can see, just a second, for some reason it doesn't let me open. Okay, let's see if it works now. Great. Sometimes we have to give it a few seconds. Okay, sometimes with patient everything is, oh, there we go. You see it's already marked. It's already marked, but let's try and, okay, sometimes it will come up like this without any filters. But if I want, I can filter the countries that is more relevant for me, for my analysis. It could be United States, or if I'm trading USD ZAR or something specific that I wanted to be marked, so I can use the economic calendar. Okay, it's part of the things that, let me put here, Trading Central. Okay, so one of them is, as we said, this lovely economic calendar, okay, that we've seen. The other one is, let me put it here. Okay, the other thing that can assist me is Forex features ideas. This is a little more practical in the kind of, okay, let's give it a few seconds. Okay, like I said, sometimes things needs a bit patient, and then it works. I have USD CAD, I have Euro TRY for more exotics choices if I want, and I also have analysis views. If I look at here, analysis views, also very helpful. I can find here support and resistance, and I can find here that the pivot point if I'm analyzing according to a pivot point, the RSI level. And again here I can also filter if I want, for instance, we already saw the Turkish, let's say Euro NZD or Australian Japanese, right? Everything including a nice arrow with, this is very nice to see. Okay, I do believe that this thing is very helpful, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that I wouldn't rely only on a single source of analysis. Okay, regardless how good I think that it is. That means that even if I go by those signals, I'm still going to analyze something as an addition because I want to optimize my analysis. I'm not going to depend only on one source of analysis, and then obviously if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, so I'm going to lose money. Okay, I'm going to extend my knowledge as much as I can using the academy. Okay, and obviously using the Trading Central. So using the Academy and using the Trading Central is going to give us the, like I said, the optimization that I was referring to. Okay, so I'm going to paste those things. Unfortunately, I don't think that we have a lot of time to discuss. Later on. Like I said, I'm going to share with you the link here, okay, for the Academy, as you can see. But I'm going to write it here anyway. All right, so we said Trading Central, we said the Academy can be very helpful, and also webinars. I'm going to put it as well. Webinars. We have live Q&A, we have the Ultimate Forex webinars, we have the Fundamental Analysis by Mr. Frey, we have the Master Class by Mr. Naim, which is very helpful. All of those guys are here to help. All this information is accessible and it's for free and just to get you better. Okay, so like I said, even if I'm using something that I believe that is very, very good, like those very specified signals over here, I'm still going to do everything that I can to get better with the with my surroundings. Okay. Also, other things such as risk money management and additional things that we are perhaps well discussed. Okay, so this is regarding how can I get more information in education? So more information, economic calendar. In this education, like I said, webinars and academy. Okay, also we have here nice tutorials. Okay, a lot of very interesting things. All right. At this point, I think we've kind of clear on that question. Okay, there is a question here, how can I get an account manager? Okay, let's see. By the way, even if I'm not explaining, I forgot to mention it in the beginning because of the technical issue that we had. This webinar is for you guys to ask all kind of questions. There is no need to wait until I'm getting to a certain topic. Okay, you can ask all questions at different times and I will paste it. I will answer it accordingly. Okay, so for instance, if you have questions about what I've explained, still something is not clear, feel free to put it in the question section and I will address it. Okay, all right. So now, how can I get an account manager? Okay, so Dave, you're asking, what's the best way to use my leverage? Okay, this is a good question. This is a good question, but I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna try. Just a second. How can I put it down? Okay, let's see if I can paste it from the So, okay. Now, how can I get an account manager? Okay. There is another question here. Okay, by Amal. This is more of an insight. I would love to read it in a second. No problem. Okay, very interesting. Completely understand what you wrote. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's begin with like I said, the common questions, and then we'll get to the dynamic one. But feel free to write it anyway, even if it's not okay, even if it's not relevant at the moment. All right. Where is my okay, great. So first of all, before I'll teach you how to get an account manager, we have to understand who is an account manager. Why do I need an account manager? I can manage the file myself. Well, first of all, that's true. Some individuals are experienced enough to do their own risk money management and to take their own decisions and an on analysis. Okay, and some people are not. Okay, beginners. Now, if I am a beginner, and I'm not sure how to go about it with my account, and I need somebody to give me some guidelines. Not necessarily to send me signals, but to give me guidelines of just how to work it out, just to put up a plan and to make it work with logic. Okay, so a senior account manager can do exactly that. Okay, it can assist with a plan, it can assist with calculations, it can assist with risk money management, and it also can assist with, let's say, funding decisions, okay, with, let's say, withdrawals and deposits and everything you have hesitation about as a trader, your senior account manager can assist you, okay, and also technical things, okay, as an example. All right, so those things, let's see if I actually, I just thought about it, putting it in the presentation will take a lot of our space. So I'll try and special promotions that we have, a lot of interesting things, okay? All right, so we're gonna put it, we're gonna put it here. Okay. Oh, and how to get it? How to get it? Wait, Danny, you told us what is an account manager, but you never told us how to get it. It's a problem. Okay, you're all right. So how can I get an account manager? So the first thing I have to do is obviously to deposit. Deposit, I believe that now to get an account manager, it goes up from 500 or 1,000 or more. I'm not a salesperson, so I'm not sure about it, but you can ask the registration department. You can go ahead and make a deposit of any amount, and then you can try and get an account manager through the live chat. The live chat is found here. Okay, so to get an account manager, you just go to the live chat like I just did, and you can ask for an account manager to be assigned on your file. Okay, so first step, let's say deposit, and then go to the live chat and ask for an account manager. Okay, senior account manager. Okay, that's the way that it works. Very, very straightforward. Peter, I know you're talking about margin. Okay. Okay. All right. I've seen your question. This is actually a very good question, which I will address very, very soon. Okay. Just let me just paste it. Let me paste it in the presentation. And there is a question. Sorry, I wanted to paste the other thing. Okay. All right. I'm not sure we have place for that. Let's try to do it this way. Perfect. What is the best? So good question, Peter. Thank you, first of all. Okay. Okay. So Tom, you're asking what do I think about the CPI? I think another client asked me the exact same question on the previous webinar, which is nice. Okay. So I will address it. Okay. But let me perhaps let's see. Perhaps I can put it. Can I? If I paste it. Okay. Okay. All right. It's more of an opinion. It's less than a question, but I guess it's a question. Actually, no. It's a question. There is a question mark at the end. So we're gonna carry on with the common questions that we had in the presentation as I showed. This one is, let's see. What is the best amount to start with? Okay, this is an excellent question. What is the best amount to start with? Okay, so guys, let me ask you this question as well. What is the best amount to start with? Should I start with $500 or with $5,000 or with $50,000? How much should I start with? How can I know? Okay, there is another question. How does it work by copying other traders? Do we pay 10% commission? Okay, I'm not sure about 10%, but I'm gonna paste your question and we will try and address it. Okay, and Peter, I can paste your question, but I have to rephrase it a little bit because I'm not sure I can paste. Let me try and see. Does it work? No. Maybe it's a bit too long for me to. Yeah, it's a bit too long, but how much do you rely? This is very similar to what Dave was asking. What's the best way to use leverage? But I guess we didn't speak about leverage, so it's not really understood. How much do you rely on margin? How much you're on balance? Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it. This way. Okay, just gonna keep it this way. I'm sorry that I'm cutting your questions, guys, but it just a little more understood how to give the response. Otherwise, it's a question on top of another, and it's might confuse the audience. Okay, but thank you for the lovely question. So, what is the best amount to start with? Now, the best amount to start with. Okay, if I want to trade 1 ounce of gold, I just want to take 1 ounce of gold, and let me just to be clear on that side. Let's do this properly. Gold. We have a single unit. Okay, ounce. Let's put it 1 unit, and now the price is 17.58. We obviously don't have a lot of time to explore technical analysis, so we're just going to pretend that we've done prior analysis and we believe that it can get back to actually it can go up to here. Okay, $7 up. Okay, all right, so 17.58 to 17.65. Okay, that's $7. Let's be precise, $7. Okay, and I have 1757, let's say $7 down. Okay, all right. Another question, if you start with, yes, yes, yes. Of course, first of all, thank you for the interesting insight. This is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to demonstrate what happens if I take this position. Obviously, we're going to put down the numbers and see what the potential outcome is. Okay, let's suppose that I have $500 in balance, not 10,000, just simply $500. Okay, balance. Let's put it here. Balance is going to be $500. Okay, excellent. Now multiply seven movements. That's $7 profit or loss. Okay, excellent. So for this small position, how much is that out of my account? If 10% is 50, so 5 is 1. That means that 7 is approximately 1.2%, right? Maybe a bit more, maybe. Okay, or 4. Never mind. It's less than 2%, but still we're going to put it exposure. Okay, sorry. Okay, so in this exposure, okay, $500 is enough. What if I had $100? $100, that means that I'm already at 7%, right? 7% out of 100, which is not only bigger exposure than 1.5, it also limits me with in regards to the my financial capability. So for instance, if I want to take 10 ounces with $100 only, I'm already occupying 87% of my capital. I'm already almost at my max. That means that 15 is already something that I can't take. 12 is already something that I can't take. Why? Why is the question? So the answer is, first of all, how can I do it in the first place? Before I will explain to you about exposure. How can I even do that in the first place? Because I have $100 and this thing cost 20,000 quid. Okay? The reason I can do it, anybody knows? Anybody knows? Before I'm giving you the answer, I will give you 10 seconds to give me the right answer. Okay? How is that possible to buy with $100 something that cost $17,500? Can somebody explain to me? Can I go into a store? Can I go into a car agency, swipe my card with $10,000 for a car that cost $50,000? No, no, I can't. Margin. Thanks to the margin, you guys are very, very close to the answer, but it's not quite there. The margin is the outcome for my account being leveraged. I can do this thanks to the margin, but I can also do this because of the leverage. The leverage increases my ability to, first of all, let's put down the leverage and then I will explain. By the way, to get the leverage, okay, this is as simple as it gets. All I have to do is just click here on the eye. Click here on the eye and then everything appears. Leverage 1 to 200. Okay, what does it mean 1 to 200? Let's see. So the leverage here is 1 to 200. Okay, now by definition, leverage, okay, allow to buy or sell more units with the same balance. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so if my balance is hypothetically multiplied by 200, that means that I can divide the value. What is the value? Let's put here value. Value is units multiply price, right? If the price for gold now is 1757 and I multiply 1757 by 100, what does it comes to the number that we have here in the value. If I divide this number by 200, what do I get? The margin requirement, the margin impact. So we're going to put here margin impact, okay, equals value divided by leverage. Okay. All right. Is that is that understood so far? Okay. So Samantha, okay, so I'll share with the audience. Samantha is very confused how we got from this question. What is the best? I hope that this is what you mean. How did I come? How did I get to that? So this was the question. What is the best amount to start with? And the reason that I'm showing you this is to make comparison, because there is no figure that there is no specific figure that it's the best amount. That doesn't work this way. The best amount is always compared to what I want to achieve. Okay, so if for instance I want to trade one lot, okay, 500, is it okay for me to start with? Obviously 100 is not even enough to take the position. Let's put this out of the way, okay, the equation. If I want to trade with one lot, do I need 500? No, I need more. I need more than that. And even with 1,000, okay, as an example, I don't have enough. Why? Because of what I've explained. Because the value 175 require me to put, and this is again, this is my leverage only for gold. Leverage is unique and individual. That means that, let's open up as an example Tesla. So for Tesla, my leverage is only 1 to 10. Okay, so as an example, if I want to trade 100 units of gold with my account and I want to 200, 500 is not enough, and even 1,000 is maybe almost 80% of my capital is already occupied, okay, of my margin, sorry. So I need maybe 5, okay. So the best amount to start with is the amount that is necessary for you to work out with the plan. Okay, so obviously $100 it can only take you can only do so much with $100. This is why a senior account manager, as I've mentioned previously, can assist you with a plan, and of course you can ask him about the amount that you're planning to deposit, and of course with planning how to use it much more efficiently. Okay. Okay, but to be honest, I believe that by this explanation, we actually covered 2 more questions. Okay. What's the best amount to start with? Let's say depend on the plan. And okay, I hope that it's clear. You all understood that there is no specific figure that I can state that it's the best amount. All right. Even though we're getting this question on daily basis, what's the best amount? But still, all right. What's the best way to use my leverage? Okay, so this is I don't remember. I think Dave, you asked this question in the beginning. What's the best way to use the leverage? So this is very, very similar to what I'm explaining here. Okay. The best ways to use the best way to use the leverage is to use the leverage in a way that allows you to survive the outcome of this position. So obviously, if I make profits, I'm very happy. But if I make losses, let's say 1758 to 1738 as an example. Okay, this has a very likely possibility to blow out my account. $2,000 if I'm losing out of 10,000. Is that acceptable? Is that acceptable? What do you think, Dave? Dave, if you can reply, what do you think? $2,000, is that okay if I lose out of 10,000? I believe not. Okay, why do you believe that it's not? I mean, what makes you think that it's not good? Because it's too big compared to the account size. Okay, all right, okay. So this is the answer to what you asked. What's the best way to use the leverage? The best ways to use the leverage is that you use the leverage. You don't rely on the leverage. You use it in a way that makes sense with the account, and then later on you can survive. You can survive if, in case, God forbid, you make losses. Okay, so to lose 2,000 is too much, but maybe if I lose only a fourth of that, okay, like we've seen here as an example. Okay, let's be more specific here. I only lose 500, so this is 5% and not 20. Okay, all right. Okay, so Moishi, too risky. Exactly, it's too risky. Exactly. And Jen Upton, you were saying with Nasdaq is 20%. I don't know what you're referring with that, but I would be happy if you can elaborate. Show on the charts. Okay. What do you think about the CPI? This question, I think we had it last week, so I hope you don't be upset, but I'm gonna save it to last, my opinion. How does it work by copy trading others? Do we pay 10 commission? So first of all, I'm not an expert in copying other traders. Each trader that lets you copy him can charge you this much of a commission. I mean, if I let you copy my trading, I'm gonna charge you something, and if my associate will let you copy his trading, so he's gonna charge you something else. I'm not familiar with the exact figure. I can just say that it's acceptable in this field to charge you for a certain percentage. Okay, it is acceptable. It is acceptable to charge you with certain percentage. Okay, I'm not exactly familiar with the exact percentage. I do believe that if you go to AvaSocial, let me put it here, AvaSocial, to get some indication, that could be great for you, because there you can get proportions of how much you can be charged with, and then you can link your account to somebody else, okay, to copy his trading. Exactly what they're doing, and you can just delink the account if it's enough for you. Okay, so AvaSocial, App Store, or I don't know, Google Store. I don't know how it works in other devices, but this is okay. One thing I think I'm missing here. Oh, there we go. So this question is also very, very interesting. How much do you rely on the leverage? But this is exactly who asked this question. Let's see. Okay, Peter, I think Peter that this is you asked this question, how much do you rely on margin? And this is exactly like Dave asked in the beginning, what's the best way to use my leverage? So okay, so I believe we've answered this question shown in the chart. What else we have here? We have, okay, what do I think about the CPI? Guys, before I will give you my opinion about the CPI, which could be extremely boring. Extremely boring. Okay. What do I think about the CPI? Okay. Anybody else want to fill up this gap with another question? This is your time. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you stories about the CPI. With Nasdaq overnight. Okay. Okay. Your question, Jen, is does the margin required to keep position open go to the same amount per night? I'm not sure. This question is very. Let's try and summarize it somehow. I think it's too long, but just a second. I'm just gonna take this part and we're gonna okay, there's the margin. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this part. Does the margin required to keep the position open? Okay. I'm sorry that I took the but I do believe that you understood what I did here. Okay, and then I'm gonna give you an answer. Okay. Now, let's begin with I hope. Oh, thank God we didn't delete it. So, what happens if I don't have enough margin to comply the margin? Guys, anybody knows? This is the question here coming from lovely Jenny, right? Do I have the position is closed? Exactly. So you already know the answer. You know the answer. If I take 10 positions with gold with one lot, okay, I'm already at 90% occupy, right, with my balance. That means that it's enough for a single position to go sideways and I'm done. Let me see if I can give you an example with Nasdaq. Okay, so we're gonna go with one lot. As you can see, the margin that it requires is $6,000 signed with 10. And the potential, now it's 11, now 909. Let's say that we're aiming for a buy, and God forbid, Nasdaq go against us. 11,900. Okay, this is actually quite survivable. There we go. Okay, can my account get to the stop loss point? Look very carefully, guys. I just taught you now how the margin and the leverage works. And I'm asking, can my account get to the stop loss? Okay, 6,000 is my requirement only to open the position. Okay, what do you think? What do you think? 6,000 margin required. Can it get to the take profit or it's going to close before? I see a lot of answers yes, but think twice. My account is only with 10. is only with 10. You can ask all kind of questions, Sarath, but we are 7 minutes before the end of the webinar, and Dave is already, not Dave, who asked about the CPI. I think somebody asked about the CPI, and I want to give an answer. But feel free, ask questions ask your question if it's quick. So I'm gonna try and okay. All right. Alex, you are absolutely right. You're the only one who wrote the right answer. I won't make it to the stop loss because I don't have enough margin to sustain it until the stop loss. Okay, let's see. Okay, so oh, sorry, I will repeat, and not only that, Alex, do you mind if I will paste your question? I would like to paste your question if it's okay. Of course. No, it's a matter of okay. So this is okay. You won't make it until the stop loss because you don't have enough margin. Listen, guys, I need 6,000 to open this position, and I'm gonna lose 6,000 if it gets to here. Obviously, I'm gonna get stopped around here. I'm not even gonna make it to the stop loss because I don't have enough margin. Does it make sense? I'm gonna get something that is called margin call. Margin call is when I can't comply to the margin requirement, and then before that my account manager is calling me to assisting me raising up the margin level. Okay, so when I can't comply to the margin impact, when we can't comply to the margin impact, my account is my position will be closed, basically. Okay, there is no point putting it down. Okay, how much time we have? Okay, we have 5 minutes. I know I promised to give you my opinion about the CPI, but I'm just gonna paste here quickly the links on the chat for you guys. Okay. This is for the help center if you need more assistance later on. Okay. This is for real account if you had enough with a demo and now you want to start trading. Okay. All right, we have covered all of the questions. Now it's the time to give you my opinion about the CPI. I don't remember who asked it, but okay. All right. Oh, it's you. Okay, Tom. So great. So the CPI, first of all, what is the CPI? Consumer Price Index. That means that we are estimating how much a consumer is consuming. This is the rate for how deep the inflation is. Okay. Now, if I'm looking at the market here, first of all, everybody who watched the news, everybody who's looking at the news can see that the dollar. Let me just open up some metal. Could be gold. Always picking gold, but okay. All right. We're gonna compare gold with some other metals. Okay, so we see an increase. We're seeing increase. When is the gold is increasing? Anybody knows why the gold is increasing? the gold and other metals are increasing when it's not a formula. It can go otherwise, of course. But when the dollar is weakening, sometimes the gold is going to rise. Okay, and sometimes when the dollar is strengthening, so gold is gonna decrease. Okay, again, it's not a formula. It could happen otherwise, but this is what happens. This what happened yesterday. Recently, sorry. Okay, and if I compare platinum, so we have a rise on the 7th. This is 2 weeks ago. Okay, I opened platinum. So this is also, as you can see, this is the week of the 7th. This is 2 weeks ago. And palladium. Okay, so this is also the 7th. Now, the explanation is when the economy is not doing so well, when the dollar is not doing so well, right? So obviously the metals, like we saw just a minute ago, can respond to that and go up. Now, the CPI report allows us to understand what can potentially happen with interest rate and with all kind of things that is related to the economy. So Amal Al-Kawari, when the dollar goes down, gold goes up. True, true, just as I've explained. Now, my opinion about the CPI is very simple. The government can, of course, recover from the COVID, okay? It recovers from what happened when they printed so much money in the past. I don't know if some of you see the news, but a lot of money that has been printed need to be covered with production. Production is made out of people that are working. We're gonna have a report on the 2nd of the month, right? I think it's on the 2nd of the month. I think I even marked it in my calendar, right? The non-farming payroll, and then according to the employment rate, we can anticipate what can potentially happen with the economy. Okay, but my opinion that right now is not. It's not. It doesn't seem like the economy is going to bounce up, and we're heading to a very serious situation with the economy, and of course, everybody's preparing for it. Okay, guys, it's been a wonderful webinar. Thank you all for coming. I almost forgot. I wanted to give you this nice promotion. Okay, get yourself a one-on-one premium market review with your senior account manager. I'm pasting it on the chat. I almost forgot. Thank God I didn't. This is the code. When you make a deposit and you have your senior account manager, you're gonna give it to your account manager, and you're gonna ask for a live one-on-one premium market review, which is amazing and very useful. So like I said, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining for the live Q&A. I hope you'll make a lot of money and succeed with your trading. So I wish you all best of luck, make money, and thank you very much and have a good day.